The Coolidge Bears have been a model of consistency under Carlo Hernandez. The only thing missing, a state championship. Tonight, they take a third shot at one. But number one, Blue Ridge seems to have the patent on titles, and they won't let it be wrestled away without a big-time fight. Championship Saturday continues, and it's all presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona. It's the Class 3A state championship as number one Blue Ridge takes on number two Coolidge. Hi again, everybody, alongside Cedric Bonner, Kevin Ray, and you want a big-time game? You need big-time teams, and we have that here tonight.
We definitely do. Both teams very talented, well-coached ball clubs. This is going to be a tremendous championship game today.
Well, let's start first off with the number two seed, Coolidge Bears. They come in here unbeaten. Both teams are. Carlo Hernandez, in just his fourth year, tell you what, this guy has established one thing, and that is a winning mentality.
He has, and in 4 years, his third shot at a title. He's very hungry to go ahead and get over that hump. Knows how to get his guys ready, but the one thing he has a stockpile of is tremendous athletes down there in Coolidge.
They have rung up some big-time numbers. Let's take a look at their road to the finals. Playing here at McClintock High School tonight. A shutout there in the opening round, defeating Red Rock 29-7 against Show Low. And then Swarita 28-10, forcing 7 turnovers in that ball game. And that's really been the story of their season, turnovers.
It has, and anytime you're in the plus range of the takeaway give situation, you get more turnovers, you're going to have more chances to score and put up more points.
If one athlete is good, two must be better, and they've got them there at Coolidge. You start with Palacio, Felix. These two guys have created an unbelievable tandem the last couple of seasons for Bear fans.
You look at that throw right there by Angel Felix. I mean, that's a big-time throw. Steps up in the pocket. There you see the pump and go. Gets pressure. Palacio goes up, makes a great catch. Any great quarterback has to have a great receiver to go to. These two have the connection going. Tremendous numbers over the last couple of years, as good as anyone in the state, and they're ready to try to put it down here tonight.
And, of course, one of the big keys is if that offensive line gives Felix the time, he can shred a defense, so keep an eye on that. We talked about the defensive turnovers. They have been wreaking havoc against opponents all season long. One of the players doing so, 9 picks as a sophomore, cornerback Jesse Wheeler.
You know, Jesse Wheeler is just a guy that's probably going to break the state record for interceptions tonight if he gets one more. It's 12 on the season. Guy's just been phenomenal. And I tell you, as a sophomore, anytime you could leave your guy out there as a sophomore and he's a lockdown cover corner, that's tremendous confidence in a player.
There will be one missing component tonight, though, and it's going to be a pretty significant one, Cedric. Manuel Valenzuela out of tonight's ball game after being ejected last week. As the rules state, you can't come back and play, and how they try to absorb that loss is going to be interesting to see.
It is. Well, hopefully he's going to be able to help rally his teammates around his absence. You know, he made a bad decision, got thrown out of a game. Can't do those kind of things, but now you have to build off and try to help your guys get ready for tonight.
Well, we talked about the patent on state championships. They pretty much have it at Blue Ridge. Paul Morrow, what can you say that hasn't already been said about the man there at Blue Ridge?
You talk about a coaching legend. This guy is unbelievable. Over 220 wins in 20 seasons, excuse me. Guy's just been phenomenal. He's done a terrific job. It doesn't matter. You think they're off one year, they don't have enough talent, and they're still right there at the end of the season. He does a tremendous job coaching.
Looking for their 10th state championship tonight. Let's see how they got here this evening. Ready to encounter the Coolidge Bears, the road to the finals. Whipping up on Wickenburg 54-7, then Queen Creek, a shutout, and then Round Valley taking care of business at 35-13. Now, like the Coolidge Bears, they're also going to be missing a key component, that being their starting quarterback, and it looks like a freshman might get the start.
It is. It's so bad right now that the second-string quarterback can't even play because of broken bone in his hand. But, you know, they're starting a freshman. Anytime you have a coach as good as Coach Morrow is, he's going to get whoever steps in there. They will be ready to play.
Well, the one thing we know with Blue Ridge, knowing their history, they like to run the football. They like to control the clock. Randall and Bench, the pressure is going to be on their shoulders tonight to try to take some of it off of that young quarterback.
It is, and if the freshman does have to play the entire game, that's going to put an awful lot of pressure on that running game. They're going to definitely have to use some screens, short passes, keep that young quarterback out of bad situations. But Randall and Bench, two guys that can definitely carry the load, but they're going to have to come up with a few more trick plays, a few more other plays to keep them out of just straight run defense.
They like to take care of the football. They will need to do so tonight. Now, we bragged a little bit about the Coolidge defense. Well, on the other side, equally as good. Anthony Williams considered, well, Paul Morrow says it, hey, he's one of the top 3 defensive players in the state, regardless of the size of school.
Right, any level. And the guy can play on any level of football. D1 prospect, a guy that can get in the backfield, very physical, kind of rangy guy. Long arms, can get back there, wreak havoc in the backfield. It's going to be trouble for Coolidge to try to stop him.
It is an absolutely beautiful night for football. Who's going to take home the trophy? Coolidge, or is it heading back to Blue Ridge? Stick around and find out. Championship Saturday. We're ready to kick it off. Coming up next. Well, Championship Saturday continues here on Cox 9. It's all presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona. We welcome you back here, coming to you live tonight from McClintock High School, getting you ready for the Class 3A State Championship. Two unbeatens, ranked number 1 and number 2. You've got the number 1 seed Blue Ridge taking on the number 2 seed Coolidge Bears.
I'm Jim Fogeltans, your referee, Mr. Wakovich, your umpire. We have Mr. Laurel with us tonight. He's the sponsor with Blue Cross and Blue Shield, which sponsors this championship game, okay? Guys, congratulations for being here. Been a great season for both of you, right? Play hard, play smart, victory with honor, right? Good sports, practice good sports throughout the entire game. You're the visiting team, right? Coolidge, you're the home team, all right? Who's gonna call the toss? I'm gonna ask Mr. Laurel to toss a coin. Guys, this is a heads that says Big Sky on it. There's tails that says tails on it, okay? That way we don't make a mistake, right? Okay? All right? He's gonna toss it. Before he tosses it, you're gonna call it, okay? And then we're let it hit the ground, all right? So call, what are you gonna call? Tails. He's gonna call tails. Coolidge is calling tails. Mr. Laurel, will you please toss that coin? And it is heads. Everybody see it's heads? He called tails, it's heads. So Blue Ridge won the toss. Okay, Blue Ridge won the toss. What would you like to do? Defer. You're going to defer. Blue Ridge is going to defer the toss. And I would assume you want the ball, right? Okay, and what goal do you want to defend? When you want the ball, what goal do you want to defend? We'd like to defend that. Okay, put your backs there.
Right in front of me, gentlemen, right in front of me.
Over here. Okay, Coolidge will receive to start the first half. Guys, let's have a game.
Well, we can't bring you into the action any more than that, folks, as the Coolidge Bears, with that vaunted offense, will get a chance to crank things up there early as we see the head coach, Carlo Hernandez.
That's the second time tails has been called, and tails failed for the second time today.
Of course, earlier today, as Cedric referring to our 2A state championship game between Valley Christian and Phoenix Christian. And it was the defending champs who did just that. They defended their crown as they took down the Valley Christian Trojans.
Amen. Here we go. Kick out, team. Kick out, team. Right here.
We come in here tonight wondering, will it be the 10th state title for Paul Morrow and the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets? Or could the Coolidge Bears under Carlo Hernandez be taking the hardware home with them? We know this much. Two very well-coached teams and two very talented ball clubs.
Well, Coolidge is definitely going to have to play mistake-free football because Blue Ridge is not going to hurt themselves in any facet of the game.
These two teams, no strangers to championship encounters. I have to go back to 2001. Last time they met in the state championship, and I know Carlo Hernandez doesn't want to see a repeat of that, but
so it's Randy Utsi, quarterback, and Coach Morrow had his son playing quarterback. And Blue Ridge dominated that game.
58-8, the final in that one, but I don't think we'll be seeing anything of the kind here tonight, as Hernandez, now in his 4th season, clearly has been able to establish his principles over that time. Capacity crowd on hand tonight. They're lined up around the fences, and we are underway. Fielded back at the 5. Looked like they were going to attempt to run the reverse, and boy, great special teams coverage down there by Anthony Williams.
That was Big Williams right there, the highly touted defensive end. Doubles as a kicker as well.
Time now for the Maricopa Community College's starting lineups. Training for tomorrow's jobs, caring for today's community. Jesse Wheeler doubling up on the outside. There's O.J. Palacios. Zatulovic, Reyes, Rashawn Payne is going to get the start tonight in place of Valenzuela. Has not played up on that offensive line all season long. Felix on a keeper. First play from scrimmage, and he will pick up about 3 on that carry. Look at his numbers. 61%, 2,000 yards, 25 touchdowns. And that comes after a pretty impressive junior campaign. Ball's loose. And the Yellow Jackets appear to have come up with it.
Fumbled snap in 2001 with Randy Utzi at the helm. They started the exact same way. Not to start, Coolidge wanted to get. They need to get a good drive going. Just looks like Angel pulls out just a little bit early. Ball doesn't get up, and he's not able to recover it. And there you see number 7, Copeland, come in and pick it up, who typically would be the backup quarterback, but due to a broken bone in his hand, he's not able to play.
Tight formation, twins set up far side. Straight ahead carry. Randall on the opening carry as we get a look at the Blue Ridge starting offensive unit. Quickly out on the field, Parkinson in the wide out along with Harris. But it's that group up front to keep your eyes on tonight, because they're going to have to crank it up and get some push. And there's the freshman getting his first start. Tight formation here. Keep it on the ground. Pickup of about 4, so bring up 3rd and short as we look at the Bears defensive unit. And I'm going to talk about mind-blowing numbers. 47 turnovers, 28 sacks, 30 interceptions.
Well, that's the kind of game they're going to have tonight. They're going to have to force some turnovers. They've already given up. They're already behind in the turnover ratio. You see the freshman pitch on that ball, turn upfield and become a lead blocker. That was a nice play.
Straight ahead on the carry, then kind of bend it back to the right, but it's going to be short of the necessary yardage for first down. Benched the ball carrier that time. Good defensive surge there by Coolidge.
Very good defensive surge. Good job taking on the blocker in the backfield on his side of the line. And they're going for it.
Tremaine Johnson coming in to help make the stop along with Jaime Casillas. 4th, and we'll call it about 1.5 yards. Bench in motion. Around the right side, and looks like they'll have enough for the first down.
Second effort. It's a good run there by Bench. He just followed his blockers and was able to cut it upfield. It's a good line surge on this side. Watch the entire left side collapse. Good job of sealing off the edge. He's able to turn upfield. Once again, you see the quarterback, Bryan Williams, out in front trying to lead block.
Set up here in the formation you don't see too often these days. Bench gets it again. And very fortunate to get back to the line of scrimmage as they came out of that wishbone formation.
This is just a straight wishbone. 2 tights, 3 backs in the backfield. The problem is, do you believe that Bryan Williams is a threat at running the football? I don't believe that. It's hard to play off of that.
Well, if you're Coolidge, it's hard to know what Bryan Williams is a threat to do, because he's a freshman. You don't really have much on him. They know he can hand off, and he does so here. Randall gets the carry this time. So he takes it down inside the 5. We'll bring up 3rd and goal to go.
Well, a little inside out. Randall does a nice job just smashing in there. You see the numbers on the season. 24 touchdowns. No question who they want to have the ball in his hands when they get down in the red zone.
Randall now single back set. Bench in the slot now in motion. Inside give to the far side slot back. Touchdown Yellow Jackets. They make the Bears pay for the turnover. Frank Parkinson, the sophomore running back, takes it in for the score.
On the counter play, they caught him expecting Bench to come around the right side. And they slip Parkinson back underneath. Well-designed play, well blocked. You're going to see he comes from over this angle all the way underneath. Runs right through an arm tackle. Gets it in. It's a good effort.
Point after, no good though. These two teams have been so good at forcing turnovers. Blue Ridge forcing the first one of the night, and they capitalized with 6.
You see him come from back here. It's an underneath handoff. A missed arm tackle there by Palacio. Had a chance to get him in the backfield. You're going to see 7 right there. Runs right by the play. Wasn't ready to tackle. Parkinson does a good job eluding and getting it into the end zone.
And if you're Paul Morrow, of course, you can breathe a little sigh of relief that he was able to get his freshman quarterback out there in about as picture-perfect situation as you could order up, Cedric. Already in the red zone.
Short field, don't have to throw the ball. You're able to use your running game. And now anything that he throws, it should be completely wide open. After coming out with that running game so successful, if he goes back to pass at any time now, it should be a good picture for him. Everything should develop the way they want it to.
So we talked about the absence of Valenzuela. He's also a pretty big presence defensively, and something that we're going to have to keep an eye on as this game unfolds.
Just a very unfortunate, situation. A team leader just lost his head a little bit. It happens to the best of players. But to be without that starting offensive and defensive lineman, that absolutely hurts.
Side winding kick, fielded back around the 8. Wheeler on the return and takes it out of the 25 near the 26-yard line. So Coolidge heading out with their second offensive possession, and let's see if they can get settled down a little bit here, trailing 6-0.
Well, we really
look at this Blue Ridge defense. Didn't have a chance to sit that starting unit. Speaking of impressive numbers, how's 8 shutouts for you? Only 41 points allowed. Good group of players there. Straight ahead carry, but just absolutely nothing. Right up into the heart of that Blue Ridge defense. And you get the sense that Carlo Hernandez would like to establish some kind of run in order to free up his talented passing tandem.
Well, I think he's going to have to go about it the opposite way. He's going to have to go ahead and launch it. Force these DBs to play some coverage.
He'll throw it here. It'll be a short route. Nice sidestep. And fighting for the sticks out there. Palacios. Little short route out of the backfield and showed his elusiveness on that play.
Look at those numbers. It's tremendous. We talk about the effort these guys have. Just a boot and a good job getting your shoulder square, getting it over the defensive end. A good move there. Makes Bench miss and gets it out for the first down. A nice play by Palacio.
Say he was just short, but now it'll be a first down. Good run there for the Bears. They pick up about 5 out near the 40.
TJ White on the tough carry. Talk about the numbers that Palacio and Felix have put up for the last couple of years. As good as anybody.
McKinney splits out wide to the formation here on the near side. Felix throws a dart out to him. He hauls it in, crosses into Yellow Jacket territory, and they will bring him down at about the 46-yard line. Cedric, they must have had you on a headset, because after you made that comment, it's been 3 straight passing plays.
Well, if anything, just a quick hitch, and look at the timing. Ball's right on the money, right in the face of the receiver. He's able to get upfield. This is the one thing that Blue Ridge does not see a lot of, and that's a passing game, a solid passing game. And the more they get that passing game going, the more it's going to loosen up that D-line for the run. You just saw the nice gain there by Brandon Jordan.
Ripped off about 8 there. Boy, and you can see Coolidge trying to make it an up-tempo ball game here. Not much running room, but boy, some nifty footwork. Has T.J. White, the sophomore, eludes 1, 2, count them 3 different defenders, and will come up with a first down as a result of it.
You're going to see right there, he runs away from Williams, steps away there, and a quick stutter move. That was a tremendous move before getting tackled. Gets the first down. That's a great effort by T.J. White.
175-pound sophomore. So Coolidge on the move here. Jordan just takes it off that left side. And that Coolidge offensive line getting a little surge up front.
Getting a little confident. You know, they felt they were short on that initial drive, only having 2 plays, losing the ball on the fumble. Now they're trying to show everybody the quality that they can bring to the table tonight.
Basically going with a no huddle, kind of a sugar huddle, if you will, they like to call it. Jordan straight ahead. And, that was a collision.
Tell you, Williams, Anthony Williams, talk about having leverage. Big guy his size. He's able to get low, fights off the block, and you see the form tackle right there. Great play by A.W.
Bring a 3rd and 5 here for Felix and the Bears, trailing 6-0. Opening quarter of play in this 3A state championship. Felix, another pretty throw, but he's going to be shy of the first down marker. The receiver making the turn and appeared to have kind of lost contact, Cedric, with where the sticks were.
Well, it should have been a little bit of forward progress. That was kind of a short spot on that one.
James McKinney on the reception, so he'll be about a yard shy. They will mark it down at the 27-yard line. And right to the line of scrimmage they go. Jordan gets the carry. And boy, based on the lineman there, doesn't appear to have it, but
short. Looks.
Nope. Referee says no need for a measurement here.
You don't run to that left side. You cannot run to the left side. You got probably one of the top defensive ends in the state playing on that side. You cannot run this way. Look at the surge on the left side of the football. In the backfield. You cannot run that way.
So the Yellow Jackets, after surrendering some yardage and allowing the Bears into their territory, stop them on 4th and a yard. Leading 6-0, they take over here. Williams on the pitch. And not much running room there.
He's supposed to turn upfield and block. A la old school, you use your quarterback to lead block, but he missed the block on that one. Brandon Jordan came in and made the tackle. He snapped the ball maybe a fraction too late, not giving himself enough time to get around and get upfield. Meaning Bryan Williams.
Randall, single back set. Bench in motion. Randall gets it straight ahead, and boy, nothing but white shirts greeting him at the line of scrimmage. Julius Blair, the big junior defensive tackle, came in there and just bent him backwards. Lost a yard, so we'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Tremendous play up front in the middle.
Punt, get ready! Punt, get ready!
We'll see what they elect to do. Will young Bryan Williams.
You see Cameron Jarman, the starting quarterback on the sideline there.
Play action from the freshman on the roll. And gets crushed as he releases the football. And then same story for the receiver.
Well, he's just not ready to throw the ball. He's not prepared. He's got a couple guys open as he comes around. Got your tight end on a drag, but he's not ready to throw the ball. He does a nice job of getting rid of it, not losing a few more yards. Takes a big shot. Welcome to varsity. Could have called a face mask there. Happened really quick. Takes a big shot. Got shellacked. Welcome to varsity, freshman.
So Coolidge answers right back and gets a hold defensively. A knuckleball punt that takes a Coolidge bounce backwards. And it'll be spotted at the 45-yard line. So The Bears, after a good second possession, no points, will take over in great shape here.
Well, I just think that, you know, the one way that they can beat the Yellow Jackets is throwing the football. I don't know if they're going to have success running the ball against that defensive front.
Jesse Wheeler will split wide here to the near side. It's Jordan. Set up wide far side. Play action from Felix. Finds a wide open tight end. Gets a block downfield. Down the 30. Crossing the 20. Down to the 10. And finally knocked out of bounds. It looks to be about the 5-yard line. Terry Satulovic, the senior linebacker, running free. A 49-yard pickup.
And he's playing right in front of Williams. He runs across the field. Safety Copeland loses him. A good job blocking out in front by Jordan. Takes him out about the 6.
Straight ahead on the carry, maybe a yard.
Just a basic tight end drag route. And they lost identity, lost where he was on the defensive side of the ball.
Let's go, line, punch it in, 16, let's go. Let's go, baby.
We hear the coach calling in the play. Felix looks at his wristband and calls play number 16.
Felix, time to throw, and boy, time to pick out a wide open target, that being Jesse Wheeler. Touchdown, Bears.
It's a well-designed route. Going to see the tight end go into the post, and he goes back to the corner. Got the corner and the safety to go with him. A well-designed route.
Two-point conversion, no good. So we are tied at 6.
That's a situation you might want to kick that ball, take the lead. But just a good route. You're going to see the tight end go through. The receiver follows him inside and then comes back out to the corner. Puts a lot of pressure on the safety and defensive back there to make a decision on who to cover.
Hey, nobody's done that to them all year. Keep putting it to them.
Well, each week, Cox Communications and the AIA proud to honor 2 players with the Pursuing Victory with Honor Award for outstanding on and off the field performances. Our 3A honorees. First off, from the Coolidge Bears, Juan Garcia, maintaining a 3.95 grade point average, participates in National Honor Society, West School Education Volunteer. And for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, Nathan Harris, 3.0 grade point average, 2-year football letterman, and also participating in track and field. Cox Communications proud to present checks in each player's names in the amount of $500 to the AIA Scholarship Foundation.
That was a tremendous statement drive, tremendous answer.
Well, there you go. That's,
I mean, the last time these two teams hooked up, Blue Ridge put the whooping on them from the get-go.
short kick, bounces, fielded at the 10. Randall will take it out near the 25-yard line.
They run the old swinging gate here, and they snap it out to the back, and he loses the handle. He bobbles it. If he doesn't bobble it, he might have a chance. But why not kick that ball? Go ahead and get the extra point up there, take a 7-6 lead. Those plays all look good on practice days when they work every time, but tough to call them in a game.
Randall, nice cutback. Check that ball carrier Parkinson as he finds his way forward for about 5 on that carry out near the 30.
Parkinson's just another pleasant surprise to that running attack. He's able to pick up some positive yards every time he touched the ball. Ran for a touchdown earlier.
Getting used to the end zone with a couple of scores last week in that win. bench on the carry this time, and the Coolidge defense is doing a much better job of plugging up the gaps.
They don't have much else to worry about at this point, K-Ray. Until that freshman proves that he can throw the ball on this level and successfully, they're going to pack it all in. You're going to see they're going to have 9 guys, 10 guys in the box, be man-to-man on the receivers, and force him to make plays with his arm. I mean, look at that. There's not a player deeper than 7 yards in that frame.
Third and a long 4. Well, it's going to be third and only a yard picked up. So Yellow Jackets will bring out the punting crew here.
I'll tell you, you got to wonder. You know, we saw Coughlin warming up, or excuse me, Jarman warming up in pregame. Got to wonder, is he going to give it a go at some point?
A fast-moving first quarter has elapsed. We find ourselves with a 6-6 tie in this 3A championship. You're watching AIA Championship High School Football on Cox 9, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona. Six tie at the end of one as we begin the second period of play here from McClintock High School in this 3A state championship. Number 1 versus number 2. They're both unbeaten. Anthony Williams setting back to punt. Another floater. Palacios lets it take a bounce, and
he's lucky he didn't lose more yards. You don't want to chance that. You always want to come up and handle the football. Palacio, you got too great of hands. Get up there, fair catch it. If you don't want to run it, fair catch it.
Well, you see him talking to his teammates there. I don't know whether they maybe lost in the lights for a moment.
Looked like he was talking about I was about to get blasted if I would have caught that ball. Can't be worried about that. Take the fair catch. Don't lose any yards.
So Coolidge goes back to work after a good scoring drive to get on the board. Felix sees a running lane open up. It runs over one of his blockers downfield, T.J. White, the sophomore. Sophomore will learn.
Get out of the way.
Just keep blocking. As Felix
showed a good burst on that play.
Really did.
See the rushing yards. That's good numbers for a running back, much less a quarterback with his kind of skills.
Keep it on the ground here, and Blue Ridge stuffing that one at the line of scrimmage. Not much running room for Brandon Jordan, another senior member on this ball club.
Another tackle also by Williams. And
Williams basically running out of room on that helmet with all those little stickers.
It is. He's
probably got them stuck on the inside as well. Third and 3. Felix going to keep it. Boy, made a nice cutback, but an even better tackle by the defender, Weston Petrovic.
Petrovic with a great tackle.
Step it up, defense, come on!
Just a quarterback sweep. Makes a cutback, but a good tackle by Petrovic on the play.
So the Yellow Jackets with a big defensive stand there. Short punt, taken back into 33. Nice return across midfield. Parkinson showing some nice moves, elusiveness.
The 20, James McKinney has to get in on that tackle. Great job getting down the field. What wasn't able to get in and get to the play.
Well, a change at quarterback. Here comes Cameron Jarman.
That just shows you that Coach Morrow wants to open the playbook up a little bit.
Straight ahead, bench has it, right side, big hole, and blast his way forward for about 13.
Tell you, he comes in with a lot of confidence. Senior leader, just runs it, opens up the run game. Bench is able to bounce it, Runs through a couple arm tackles. Good job of blocking up front. A hand tackle there, a drag down by Julius Blair, or else he breaks it for another 20 yards.
Randall gets the carry this time, not nearly as much room. We'll pick up maybe 2. Well, Jarman injured in a freak accident in last week's ball game and required surgery earlier in the week. But we saw him before the game moving around, and we thought, well, maybe nothing more than a decoy. Then we saw him throw a little bit. And
it is the last game. I mean, you've got all offseason to get better.
2nd down and 8. And Bench getting a rude welcome at the line of scrimmage, and leading the way was Angel Felix, showing he can play a little defense himself.
Nice job of filling from the safety spot, as well as number 5, DeMar White. You see them both come off the edge, and there's Felix, stand him up. That's a good job.
You know, these seniors for Coolidge were freshmen on that team that just got embarrassed and run off the field by Blue Ridge. And you can be sure that they have let that fire burn all week long thinking about that one. Parkinson, that misdirection play, which had resulted in some nice yardage early, results in maybe a yard carry there. Good defensive surge.
Playing for field position. Playing for field position here. Going to see the ball's going to come all the way back this direction. You're going to get penetration on this side here. Good job of getting through, and a good job of making a strong tackle in there by the outside linebacker. I believe it was number 58, Jesse Sullivan.
Angling for the corner, but the one time he didn't want to get as much leg, he does. So the Bears will get it at the 20.
It's about time right now for Felix to take a shot to Palacio down the field. He's getting some man-to-man coverage on the edges. It's about time for him to take a shot. We got Wheeler on the outside. TJ White up top.
Steps back. Fires to the outside and hooks up with Palacios.
Just an out route. It's what's called a storm route, where you got it. The outside receivers running a go route to clear it out. A nice out route there. Ball thrown on time. He's able to turn upfield, get some extra yards.
They will credit him with right at 10 yards on the reception. So move the chains. Keep it on the ground. Big hole for Jordan. Blast through at midfield. Down to the 20. Chase is on, and he's going to be run down from behind. But not before a huge gain by Jordan. 61 yards on the carry as he takes it down to the 7-yard line.
And Nathan Harris hauling. I mean, Nathan Harris reeled him in. He's going to come right through here and cut back. And you're going to see Nathan Harris come all the way from the outside and run him down. Shows you the kind of speed that young man has. But a huge gain, 61 yards for Jordan. Nathan Harris runs him down.
Jordan will get it again. On the cutback, crosses the 5, down near the 3.
And this is the kind of thing that Coolidge, they weren't able to do this. They weren't able to get it going 3 years ago against this tough Blue Ridge defense.
Straight ahead, touchdown Bears. TJ White, the sophomore, punches it in.
And that's just a power play right there. Straight lead. Going to lead ISO right up in the middle. The blocking fullback. You're going to see right up the gut and a good cut right there. Good footwork. Puts his head down and is able to run through the tackler, Randell, and get it on in the end zone.
They will go for 2 after missing the last 2-point conversion attempt. Felix, play action, wide open. And the 2-point conversion is good as he finds Terry Satulovic. And that's the second time tonight already that Satulovic has found himself with nobody within 10-15 yards of him.
Well, the problem is we talked about, you're going to see just a straight ISO and watch this subtle cutback right there. And he puts his head down. The fill was not close enough. Craig Webster didn't get there in time. A good little cut. The linebacker didn't fill the hole. On the extra point, you see the tight end just release out in the flat. They run the play action. Good job of running out the defensive back by Wheeler. And the big tight end, Satulovic, just finds himself wide open. And we talked about the one thing that Blue Ridge has not seen. They haven't seen a team throw the ball with this kind of consistency all season long. And it makes a difference when we got somebody back there that can pull the trigger and do a good job of taking care of the football while he's doing it. Because they're not just crazily throwing the ball all around the yard. They're throwing some very well-conceived plays.
Get down there! Go, baby!
Well, as you might imagine, with 8 shutouts, Cedric, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets are in a position that they haven't been in all season. Trailing at this point of the ball game. Kickoff fielded back around the 12. Randell takes it out to the 31. There's the young head coach, Carlo Hernandez. Just what would a state championship mean for his Bears program?
It'd be great. You know, we haven't had that gold ball in about 20 years in Coolidge. I know our kids are hungry. I know the community's hungry. You know, we're playing for not only ourselves, but like I said, we're playing for the community. So it'd be a sweet thing to have back in Coolidge.
The freshman back in for the Yellow Jackets now.
Throw the screen.
The guy here,
Trying to maybe get him warmed up a little bit, but the
got to be careful with the double pass here. You got Copeland coming in the ball game, who's backup quarterback. They won't let him play quarterback because of broken bone in his hand.
Second and 10. Randell gets it, big hole right side. And fires across the 35 out near the 36-yard line.
It's a nice play. You're going to see Copeland right there with a good kick out on Jordan. Another good kick out block. Randell's able to get upfield. Tell you, if they can get their blockers out of the way, Reisner's in his way. He might pick up some extra yards.
Trips formation, far side. Single back set. Straight ahead, the ball carrier. Trying to spread that defense out a little bit, but Cedric, going back to your point, until the freshman proves that he can throw the football and get a couple of completions, that Coolidge defense is going to buy it.
There's no reason to. And right now they're lining up for the punt, but you've got to be ready for a fake. Everyone be ready for the fake. Match up.
Williams standing at his own 23. Palacios back to receive. Letting it bounce. And not much of return, maybe a couple of yards.
Good block down there. Palacio doesn't look like he looks when he's running routes and catching the ball. He looks very hungry, very aggressive. He doesn't look like he really feels comfortable back there.
Yeah, that's twice we've seen him let the ball bounce in what appears to be a punt that could be easily caught.
Look at this matchup. He's giving the inside away to the receiver.
Straight ahead on the carry and straight ahead back.
Petrovic with a great tackle. Good job filling the hole. Well, I'll tell you what, just an underclassman. I'll tell you what, you've got Palacio here.
Out of the shotgun, Felix is going to keep it himself. Works off a nice block. He breaks into the clear, crossing the 40, and showing you some wheels to go with that golden arm of his.
You know he's an athlete because when he plays on the defensive side of the ball, he's very aggressive. See the good fake, gets the defenders to bite just a little bit, waits for his block and explodes. Protects that football, runs through a couple arm tackles, is able to get some good yards.
Got a good block from Juan Garcia out there that he cut inside off of. Checking the sideline for the play, and up to the line of scrimmage they come. Coolidge leading at 14-6 on the rollout, and can't escape the defender this time, though.
It's a good play by number 79, Tyler Massey. It's a great job of staying with his leverage, staying outside, maintaining his angle on the field. Not a good job by the lineman. You might want to pull up and wait, allow your guy to make a block for you, though. Angel got a little impatient. Didn't allow big 72, Juan Garcia, to make a block.
Lost 4 on that carry. Brian Jordan off the right side of that line will pick up 3. I think Jordan lost his shoe there.
Tell you, it's about time for a shot. They're getting man-to-man coverage. There is a free safety in the middle of the field. Now they're double covering Palacio up top.
McKinney set up wide here to the near side. Pressure coming. Felix avoids it. Tucks it. Now spins back. Fires back across the field. Wide.
No way.
Down the far sideline. TJ White. Touchdown, Coolidge, 55 yards.
Oh my goodness.
Did somebody say Michael Vick?
Well, I thought we were going to get a penalty for the slap to the head. He eluded the tackle there, and just before he got drilled, what a tremendous play. Right here, he runs outside. You see he runs by the tackle, and here comes the Fran Tarkenton in him. He reverses field, and as he's being pulled down, throws a strike to TJ White. And a good job of blocking by Palacio right there. And it's off to the races.
Point after is good.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
We got this. Man.
You want to talk about upper body strength and arm strength? It was all on display right there.
I'm telling you, just a tremendous effort. Runs through a tackle. And just as he's being drugged down, look at that ball. Oh my goodness, that is an unbelievable play. I can't even describe it. Right over the defender. And TJ White's not getting caught. Big play on that was Palacio downfield blocking. But it shows you the kind of strength that Angel Felix has.
All night. Let's go. That's the second one. They can't stop you. Go. Got this. Let's go. Let's go.
The sophomore
is hyped.
Has made some big plays, and they have quieted this Blue Ridge crowd. that is sitting on the home side as the #1 seed. They watched their team force the early turnover and promptly score after a handful of plays. And they were thinking, wow, is it going to be 58-8 all over again?
That's all this guy right here, Angel Felix. Unbelievable play. Got to be the play of the week in sports for the town, period.
Randell is back deep. Now they get the signal. Another short kick. Randell will take it at the 11. Straight ahead.
Little wedge.
And takes it out to about the 29-yard line. But all these Coolidge Bears, we talked about how explosive they were offensively.
But we you know, the one thing we continue to say is Blue Ridge has not seen anybody with a passing game of this nature. And that athletic play that Felix just made just shows you the kind of plays he's been making the last few years.
And the Yellow Jackets stick with the freshman quarterback. And Randell rips off a run of about 11. Well, the one thing you got to know, though, if you're Coolidge, it's 21-6. But the Yellow Jackets haven't won 9 state titles by getting down on themselves.
Well, Coach Morrow's not going to allow that. There's too much pride in that town, too much pride in that program. So you've got to play right now. If you're Coolidge, you've got to play like you're down. Not like you're up. You got to play like you're down. These guys are proven champions. You're trying to get your first one.
Bench.
Ball's loose.
Football on his hip. And it looked like the Bears have come up with it. Yes, they have. 18th fumble recovery of the season.
And that's the ball handling from the freshman. Ball was late. The running back was already by him when he tried to stick it in. You'll see he bobbles the snap a little bit, and he's late trying to put it on the hip. It gets poked out away from bench, and there you see the Coolidge players all over it. There's the ball come out. I think number 5 comes up with it, DeMar White.
So Felix and company go back to work here in Yellow Jacket territory. Setting up the screen to Jordan. Crossing the 30. And takes it down inside the 25. Pickup of about 16.
And they've got it going right now. They're feeling really confident. It's important that they go ahead and punch this in right here. You're never up enough on a Paul Morrow team. You're never up enough.
Well, and it really started, Cedric, with them kind of going with this sugar huddle, just basically calling the plays off his wristband. As we get quick whistles here.
I think it's a timeout.
Timeout. Coolidge timeout. First timeout of the half.
You know, the Bears will call the timeout as you see the shot of the wristband from Angel Felix. But it's almost like fast break football.
Well, that's what you have to do. You have to have that rapport. And if everyone's comfortable with it, it just makes it easy. And it doesn't allow defense to check in new people, keeps them in bad situations.
Well, the crown jewel of the football season next Saturday, the AIA 4A 5A State Football Championships, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona. We'll come to you live from ASU. 4A game kicking off at noon. You've got Cactus, Larry Fetkenheier, and the Cobras back at it, taking on Moon Valley after that stunning upset last night of Centennial. Then at 4:30, the 5A big guys square up, featuring Mountain Ridge, taking on the defending champion, Hamilton Huskies. It'll be a day of high school football to remember. Tune in next Saturday, beginning at noon, right here on Cox 9, your home for high school sports. Jordan on the carry, and he gets hemmed in there by a nice defensive play coming up to make the tackle, Chris James.
Chris James, great play. And this team is not going to, they're going to force you to go ahead and you're going to have to put them out of their misery. They're not going to quit playing. They're going to play hard until the final whistle goes off.
And the Bears would love to see 7 more on the board before the half. Felix, plenty of time. Pressure coming from behind. But fires a strike on the crossing route. Palacios settling down, comes over the reception, and they'll move the chains again.
And this is another athletic play. He's waiting for his man, but watch Palacio break to the open area. That's just a quarterback and receiver having a rapport and understanding what the needs are. You're going to see Blue Ridge player bench on the tackle, hits his own man, number 15, Jay Rawlings. But, you know, you can't say enough about Palacio's effort. He ran from the other side of the field on a crossing route, saw his quarterback is in trouble, separated, found an open area. And that's why these two guys have been so special over the last couple of years.
Well, in talking to Carlo Hernandez before the ball game, he was playing catch with his quarterback, Angel Felix, and not just catch. They were basically standing from one sideline to the next, throwing back and forth. And I asked, do you do this every game? And he says, yeah. They've got a pretty special relationship going all the way back to his first year there when Felix was an 8th grader and began coming in and kind of listening, watching. And you can see the relationship with the coach. And then, as you mentioned, Cedric, the relationship with Palacios and Felix. And these are two guys that he has pointed to. The senior leadership has helped direct him here.
Well, I'll tell you, he's been in trouble on numerous occasions and has found a way to make a play.
Out of the eye, the sophomore. Not much running room there. Coming up to send him back with Jay Rawlings.
Jay Rawlings is a scrappy little player. Puts his head in there. He just took a big shot from his own guy.
Under a minute to play. First half. Jordan then lone back. Felix finding his tight end again. Has to go down to grab this one. Satulovic makes another reception. He is proven to be a pretty sure-handed receiver.
He is. That's a tough ball to catch. A low BB went down and got it.
And you like the fact here that Coolidge just being very deliberate about the time, using every second. On the rollouts, got his man, batted down, intended for Satulovic on that drag route again, coming across the back of the end zone, but batted down.
That's probably the only poor decision that Felix has made, because he has the angle on that defender right there. Tough ball to throw. Would have been a great catch. He lays out, just can't bring it down. But as we saw, Felix had the corner on the defensive end. Probably could have ran that in for a touchdown with his foot.
Guerrero with a 25-yard attempt, and it is good. They don't get the 7, but they'll take the 3.
It helps. It helps putting points on the board.
An 18-point advantage now for the Coolidge Bears.
And who would have thought coming in that this would be going on right now, but it just shows you the kind of talent that Coolidge has and how well coached they are.
Well, they brought Cameron Jarman in for one series, the senior quarterback. So we get another look at that
third down play here. You're going to see just a naked bootleg. Now with his speed, Felix can go ahead and get to the corner. He's got a blocker out there. He can go ahead and get to the corner and possibly run that in for a touchdown. In that situation, a perfect pass was needed. He was an inch away from a perfect pass. But they did get the 3 points, which is huge.
Little pooch kick here. And it goes directly out of bounds. So Blue Ridge will take over the good field position, but just 16 seconds left in the half. Straight ahead to Randall. And after that opening series of plays, the running lanes have been shut down by that Coolidge defense.
We're going to let the clock run out.
So the Yellow Jackets scored first after a Coolidge turnover. But since then, it has been all Angel Felix and the Coolidge Bears in this 3A championship. They head to the locker room leading at the half, 24-6. You're watching live AIA High School Championship football, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona, here on Cox 9. Back here on the campus of McClintock High School, we welcome you to our Harkin Cedars halftime show. Along with Cedric Bonner, Kevin Ray. Just a reminder, Harkin Cedars offering student discounts all year long. It's number 1 versus number 2 for the 3A state championship. And right now, number 2 with a significant advantage, 24-6. Well, the football movie Friday Night Lights has been out for several weeks, and it's gotten a lot of attention around high schools. We caught up with someone who played for the Permian Panthers and got his take on the movie.
A great movie. It's a good football movie all the way around. It was hard for me to watch it because I knew the little things, the things that had been changed or adjusted. It was based on HG's book, and a lot of things were kind of melded together. Things that came from my senior year, which was the year before the game of the movie, were added in. The things from the year after those guys when they won the national championship were moved in. But the story of Permian was true. It was correct.
Gentlemen, the hopes and dreams of an entire town are riding on your shoulders. You may never matter more than you do right now.
It was all about Permian. You know, from the time you were a little kid, you were wearing your little hang on mojo, I'm a-coming. And that's all you thought about. That's what you knew, and that's what you wanted to do. That's what you strove for, and the community was behind you 100% in everything you did.
It's time.
Now, if you want to win state, you're going to have to beat a team of giants, a team of monsters over in Dallas that outweigh you about 30 pounds a man. This is real, sincere warfare.
I was really surprised that they showed us taking a bus to a playoff football game. The book was very bold and talked about a lot of things that had gone on in the town and how much football was promoted. And the comments in the movie were the same way. Oh, they don't care enough about education and things like that. It's all about football. We actually flew to football games. And when they flew to that game, it would have been on a plane. It would have not been on a bus.
We're in the business of winning.
Run! Yes, sir! Should we believe the hype?
What hype?
The hype about Booby Miles.
No, hype is something that's not for real. I'm all real.
What's it like being the quarterback? I mean, this is a big responsibility for a 17-year-old kid. Do you think you can handle it?
No, that is not acceptable.
Hope so.
Enjoy what you do, because the biggest question I've had since the movie was, did you feel the pressure? Was it really like that to have all that pressure on you? And it wasn't, because you love to play football.
On the wheel, let the golden age begin.
Do you want to play college ball? Do you want to get out of this town?
Think so.
Well, why aren't you doing something about it?
Window down, feel the moonlight on your skin.
We gotta lighten up. We're 17. You think it's just a game?
I think you're scared just like the rest of us.
I've seen you fight. I've seen you not quit. Can you give me a great effort and just a little bit more? Can we be perfect?
So let's take care of it!
That's what you did. You know, at that age, you think you're living and dying wearing black and white. And it's true. You get goosebumps because you believed it. Sorry. You believe in it that much. You really do.
One day, when you look back at this time, I dare you to beat it. I dare you.
Well, I tell you, no apologies necessary, Arts, and we certainly thank him for all of his assistance as the athletic director here at McClintock High School and the site coordinator for today's state championships. And what a game it is. We love high school football. And joining us, another guy who loves high school football, a special guest on the other side, Executive Director Harold Slimmer of the AIA, as our Harkins Theaters halftime show continues. We welcome you back to the Harkins Theaters halftime show. We've got one more championship to settle, but one was settled earlier today, the 2A champion crown. And the gentleman to my left, it's getting to become a habit, but a good habit. Head coach Jim Rattay, congratulations, and what a gritty win for your ball club this afternoon.
Yeah, you know, really gritty win. I mean, what a yeoman effort they put in. You know, last week we won 34-33, and our kids had to just lay exhausted on this field. Last week in victory, and now they had to do it again. I mean, these guys, you know, Valley came at us, but our kids just really sucked it up.
Well, and there's so much made about these two clubs and their offensive capability, the fireworks. But it became very clear, even though they scored first, that what you wanted to do was dictate the tempo. You got your ground game going, got on the scoreboard with your 7-3, and really made them play from behind the rest of the game.
Yeah, we didn't run the ball real well the first time we played them, and so our kids really wanted to bow it up and get after it. We wanted to control the game, you know, I think that we did a really good job up front offensively and defensively. I'm really proud of my linemen.
Well, your offense controlled the clock. Your defense controlled field position. What a fantastic job by your defense today. No less than 3 times you turned it back on 4th down, and maybe the biggest, a play over there by a freshman.
Well, the freshman made a couple of plays, and there was a lot of plays made today. You had to be at this game to really appreciate it. Some great hits and a lot of people flying around and hitting really hard. We had a couple of goal line stands there where our kids really sucked it up and wouldn't let them get in our end zone.
6th championship for the school, back-to-back now. But this was probably the toughest task, I think you would agree here, because of the number of people and the talented people that you lost last year.
Yeah, we lost a super group of seniors last year. All of our skilled kids, except for Josh Luter, our quarterback, who hurt his shoulder early in the game, so we couldn't throw the ball a bunch. But he ran the ball well, ran our offense, and got us a state championship. But I'm so proud of these seniors, because what a special accomplishment to win it as a junior and a senior. And you know, this is really, really special.
Number 4 for you. They don't get old, do they?
Well, they don't. You know, this was a lot of fun. These kids are great kids. We were able to do a lot of adjusting with these kids because they're real smart scholar athletes, and so really proud of my boys.
Coach, enjoy it, savor it. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. You guys do a great job.
Thank you. Jim Rattay joining us here on our Harkins Theaters halftime show. We are back with more after this timeout. Our Harkins Theater halftime show continues. Halftime of the Class 3A state champion. Coolidge leading Blue Ridge 24-6. Number 1 versus number 2. Both teams are unbeaten. Kevin Ray, Cedric Bonner. Time to get to some first half highlights. Started out with a little defense from the Yellow Jackets.
Second play from scrimmage. Fumbled snap. Copeland falls on it. It leads to Parkinson's 4-yard run for the score. Extra point was missed. 6-0 Blue Ridge. And back comes Coolidge. Stulovic takes the crossing route, picks up a couple good blocks, gets down the sideline, takes it out about the 6-yard line. Sets up this touchdown on a well-designed play. First one for Jesse Wheeler, young sophomore. Then Jordan off tackle. Takes it. Looks like it's going to go all the way. It's drugged down from behind by Nathan Harris, showing tremendous speed. That leads to White's first touchdown. And here's an unbelievable play by Angel Felix. It's smacked in the face right there. Continues to run. Reverses field again. As he's being drugged down, gets it off to White. A good block there. And he takes it the distance, 55 yards for the score. Tremendous play. And it was that kind of first half for Coolidge. Big play after big play.
And you see the dominance not only on the scoreboard, but the statistics as well. And I think here's the important thing, Cedric, the balance. 176 passing, 120 rushing yards. And it goes back to what you had mentioned. They kind of started out trying to run the football, and then after that first possession, quickly established the pass to then set up the run, and it has paid big-time dividends. Each team with a turnover. Time of possession, pretty even, and a relatively penalty-free ball game.
One penalty in the game. That's unbelievable in a state final game with all the emotion these players are going through. But getting back to the yardage, Blue Ridge with just 1 yard passing. They've got to find a way to try to get some balance offensively, or they're going to be in trouble all night.
Well, earlier the Hanhilla Sportsmanship Award for Class 3A was recognized, and Higley, the proud recipient of the honor. There's Dean Caramelli, the presenter. Of course, Dean, remember the AIA.
Well, the top officials.
Officials, yep.
Very good official.
Winning the Everyday Heroes Award.
Okay, put your backs over there.
Well, we're going to see what kind of adjustments Blue Ridge has made right away, because they're getting the ball coming out of this halftime. And we're going to see if we're going to see Jarman come out.
Well, all lifts and rental equipment used for live AIA high school football on Cox 9 provided by Diamondback Reynolds. Diamondback Reynolds, we make it happen.
Who's hiding back there?
Who's the masked man tonight? Oh, our man Robert Hayden.
He's got his little heater up there.
It's 1-1, Robert. Getting some great camera shots tonight. Our entire crew. Sound, video. Or Dylan Collier up here on stats. Lovely Sheila Simpson up here as our stage manager.
One take Sheila, she gets it right all the time, baby.
Director Pete Gordon, Rich Reed, our producer.
Now those guys, top notch.
On the money. And that's been the story of the Coolidge Bears.
It's an important drive for both these ball clubs. Coolidge needing to maintain their level of intensity.
Ball fielded back around the 16. Looks like Parkinson on the return. Spins away from a couple of defenders at the 30. And allows him to pick up about another 6 or 7. Out to the 37, and that's where the Yellow Jackets said, we see the senior signal caller coming out to begin the second half. Cameron Jarman played one series in that first half.
They're going to have to throw the ball with them in the game. They cannot afford to try to sit here and run the ball every play.
Parkinson, cross in motion. He gets it. Tries to bend it to the outside, but that Coolidge defense led up front by Angel Felix.
Looked like a little bit of a false start on the left side of that line. The hole looked like it was wide open, and Angel closed it in a hurry. This guy is playing possessed. He does not want to be denied.
A face mask. See if it's a 5-yard or Take a look at our AIA officiating crew tonight.
Grants from the face mask. On the defense, 5 yards from the end of the run.
Fogotanza referee. Walkovich, the umpire. Brian Jenkins, line judge. Provencio. And Rocky Dotzler, the back judge. Doing a good job tonight. With the penalty, it sets up a 2nd and 4. Check that 1st and 3.
Good chance to take a shot here. They're going to try to throw it. He's got a man open downfield.
Drops it short. Hooks up with him at the 45 as he finds Nathan Harris on the near side.
Well, he had Bench down the field open right now, deep. But a good throw picks up a good first down, and this is what they're going to have. You're going to see Bench running the corner route. Harris comes out. I'll tell you, get the ball in his hands early, he might be able to break it with his speed.
Yeah, he showed some incredible closing speed by running Brandon Jordan down from behind. So 1st and 10 here for the Yellow Jackets, trailing 24-6. Jarman's going to keep it himself, and I can't imagine that Paul Morrow wants to see him do that too much.
I think it was a botched play. You know, I don't know if they want him carrying the ball. But being a senior, he probably thought it was better not to try to hand it off, and made a good play by getting positive yards.
Bring up 2nd and 9 here. Straight ahead, it's Randall. And that Coolidge defense in front. They have been more than up for the task tonight. Led that time by Julius Blair, who's been in on a couple of big stops on the evening.
He has. You're going to see the good surge. Julius Blair, a little guy, gets great leverage. Gets underneath. Big number 70 in there.
Rashawn Payne, number 64 as well.
Doing a nice job of running to the football.
And remember, they're doing this without Manuel Valenzuela, their top offensive and defensive lineman. Jarman on a little play action, throws it back short, wide open, near side, Randall at the 20. Down to the 10, knocked out of bounds at the 5. Boy, the misdirection for the one time tonight, completely fooling the Coolidge Bears defensively. A 29-yard pickup.
You're going to see the entire team in white running this direction. Now look at this sideline here. And a great job of hustling by Felix, but a great call. Roll left, screen right. And I tell you what, Randall almost takes it the distance.
Harris comes out. Randall gets it, hole off the right side, and they will stop him just short of the goal line.
Just a power play, 2 pulling guards. And you see his knee down, he comes down, he rolls in the end zone, but he was down before. It's a good call. Way to hit the hole, he hits it low and strong.
Yellow Jackets scored the first points of the game. It came in the first 3 minutes. Haven't scored since. Trying to drive it in here. Straight ahead, they do. Touchdown, Blue Ridge. Jeremy Bench, the senior running back, with the score.
Huge drive. You get the senior in there, Jarman. He understands how to run the game. Huge plays. They were able to open up the passing game as well. Just a straight power play. Bench just does the rest of the work. A good job of leading through there by Williams. And that was a tremendous drive. When they'd given up 24 unanswered points, they stopped the bleeding.
Not going to worry about a 2-point conversion here. They need 3 scores. And Williams splits the uprights. 24-13.
You're going to see a nice surge on the left side of the ball here. Look at Williams root out that entire lane right there. That's a good job by the big guy, Anthony Williams. Drive his man back 5 yards into the end zone. And that's no easy task. He's going up against Reyes, who's 250 on his own right.
Well, you talked earlier, Cedric, about Coolidge answering back. That was a pretty significant answer right there for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets.
It's a great answer. Now we're going to see how well Coolidge is going to be able to maintain their poise and come back. This is going to be a drag out here. Knock down, drag them out. This is what you want to see. Title game. Teams battling back and forth. Who's going to blink first?
And you see the young head coach for the Coolidge Bears, Carlo Hernandez, I'm sure getting his team fired up. And I would imagine that that's exactly what he told them at halftime. Is that, look, this team is not going to quit, and you better come out there like you're the one trailing 24-6. Short kick taken at the 13. Lost his footing. Still manages to get forward out near the 25-yard line with Jesse Wheeler, the sophomore. And that's where the Bears will take over, leading at 24-13, their first offensive possession of this second half.
It's going to be interesting to see if they continue to stay as aggressive as they were towards the end of that first half, because they were really aggressive and came up with some big plays by being so.
Hard to believe they wouldn't. Split backfield. Felix comes out throwing. Fires a laser, but Williams got up and got a hand on it. And that ball kind of hung in the air a little longer than Felix and the Bears would have liked. Could have been easily picked off.
He's trying to throw the quick route, and this is a nice job by Williams. He reads it, turns back, gets his hand, hits him right in the hands. And that's probably why they don't use him as a tight end.
Straight ahead goes Jordan. And he was about a step or two from maybe breaking off another long one.
Just a power run. Gets his shoulders going downhill. And this is the one thing, when you get a team off balance, run pass, you're going to get some good chunks in that running game.
We'll set up a 3rd and 4 here. Jordan again, but this time gets turned back.
Not a fumble.
Blue Ridge is saying the ball's free, but no officials are indicating. Until now.
Ball comes out. Just a lead. When he gets stuck in there, you're going to see guys pulling at the ball. It comes out right there before he's hit, and there it is, down in the pile. And from that scrum, then it's everybody's, whoever gets it first.
So the Bears fumbled on their opening possession of the night, and they fumble on their opening possession of the second half. Jarman remains in the quarterback. Randall, left side, big hole. And just as he started to kick it into another gear, he got upended, but not before. He turned it into about a 9-yard run.
Just a counter, and not aggressive enough. With arm tackle there by 21. Tremaine Johnson's in great position to make a tackle. Reaches out with his arms, doesn't bring his body and legs, and Randall's able to pick up some big yards.
Well, they bring the sticks out. And the referee says, give him a first. Jarman on the play action, has some pressure, finds Parkinson out of the backfield. Slips out of one defender, but he stepped out of bounds. His momentum carried him to the sideline just as he was trying to get his shoulders turned.
I'll tell you what, this senior quarterback, Jarman, has come in and ignited this offense. See the ball right on the money. Good stiff arm. He just steps out of bounds, but a great effort to try to get him in the end zone by Parkinson.
16-yard pickup.
Going to see him make a great move here. Steps out of a tackle by Wheeler. And right there, steps out of bounds.
First and goal to go. Ball at the 6. Randall gets it and is whipped down from behind. Angel Felix coming in from the outside to take him down after a short pickup.
Felix has been all over the field. Run that counter play again. Felix runs right through the block, and he almost strips the football here. It's good effort. This kid is playing hard.
Yellow Jackets trying to start this second half with back-to-back scores. Jarman's going to keep it himself. Does he get in? Fumble the football. And looks like Blue Ridge is going to get it back. Boy, a very, very fortunate break. And you see him kind of shake his head a little bit.
See him, just a quarterback sweep. He cuts it up inside and tries to reach out for the end zone. Ball gets knocked out right there. It's coming out. It was loose. Coolidge not able to get on it.
Third and goal to go. Randall. And he did not get it. They stopped him right at the goal line.
You're going to see a great surge up underneath. And no, he doesn't. He's short. Great surge. No-brainer here. You're definitely going for this one.
4th down inches.
False start. False start. They might have to kick a field goal on this one.
Like Williams.
Dead ball. False start on the offense prior to snap. 5-yard penalty.
That's a situation you don't want to leave your guys down there too long. Long cadence. You're going to see it right up top here. The biggest body, you can't miss it. Rocks forward just a little bit.
And they will set up for what appears to be a 22-yard attempt. The numbers on Talbot for the year. And it looked like it was partially blocked, but it somehow got through. Couldn't tell who got a hand on it, but it was not a clean kick.
I tell you, it's almost a situation where you believe that the guys were in the backfield swinging at the football instead of reaching, just reaching the arms out. See him come around from the right side. And all he had to do was just lay out,
Palacios.
keep his hands out. Palacios kind of brings his arm back. He swipes at the ball right there, and it goes off him. It looked like he could have just smothered that ball.
We saw that a couple of weeks ago, Cedric.
I mean, he was already by the ball when it was kicked. Could have easily blocked that.
So 10 points out of the locker room for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. And they are right back in this thing. 24-16 with 5:26 left in the third quarter.
Well, Coolidge got off to that late start in the first half as well. So it just depends if what kind of mindset they're in at this state of the game, they're going to be able to answer.
Talbot just happy to be in uniform tonight. Normally a starter defensively. He's been out with a severe ankle injury and was just cleared leading up to tonight's ball game to at least handle the kicking duties, and he comes through nicely with a field goal. Kick taken to the 10. Spinning out across the 30 and out near the 35 is Jesse Wheeler.
It's a good return.
Well, you don't get championships easily. And the Coolidge Bears know that to win one against this very well-coached Blue Ridge team, you're going to have to play every single minute. They've turned it over twice tonight. They'll keep it on the ground here. Jordan tries to get it turned upfield and is lucky to get it back to the original line of scrimmage. And those two scores have obviously fired up that Blue Ridge defensive group, no doubt about it. Palacios comes here near side of the formation. Jordan straight ahead. And a short pickup of maybe a yard, so it'll set up a 3rd and long here for Coolidge.
You know, they had the playbook open. We're doing the right thing, spreading the ball around, and now all of a sudden the game gets a little tighter. Everyone's nerves get a little more nervy. You don't want to make a mistake. You've got a senior quarterback who's put up tremendous numbers. Let him do his job.
Here comes a pressure. Felix seeing a wide open field. Crossing the 50 and tight-roping the sideline. Boy, and that's what the senior does best. Recognizing that defense and uses his wheels.
So you're going to see the entire defense. He wants to throw the dig route. Not a good job of staying in their lanes by that defensive secondary. And there you see the stiff arm. Then he takes a little shot from a spectator over here on the sideline. Right there, a little shoulder. Not cool.
Keep it on the ground here as TJ White works it off the left side, running in behind that big offensive line. Eric Freeman trying to get out front to lay down a block along with Ralph Reyes. Straight ahead, Jordan, and wow.
Petrovic.
Head-on collision at the intersection.
I think that was Weston Petrovic. The big hit in the middle.
Dial up some of our sound to the game.
That's the way a linebacker is supposed to feel.
3rd and short. Felix steps up into the pocket, drops it short, picked off. Well, he had some pressure coming up in his face, and because of it, was not able to get enough on the pass as he was trying to go to his big tight end, Satulovic.
Martinez comes up with a huge interception. Anthony Martinez.
19th interception of the season by that Blue Ridge defense.
And he's trying to hit his tight end on a little drag route. Lost it just a little bit too much. And you think about your tight end size, who goes at 6'2", and Martinez goes at 5'7". You got to put that ball up there and make him jump for it.
Randell takes it off the left side. And that running game with the return of Jarman has come to life all of a sudden for the Yellow Jackets.
It has him. Huge, huge. Just the numbers for Blue Ridge in their favor right now, 3rd quarter. It's tremendous. They've come out on fire.
Bench this time, busted to the outside. crosses midfield and gets whipped down from behind at the Coolidge 40. 19-yard pickup there for Bench.
And they're rolling right now, and you can feel the momentum has just swung. The entire right side of that defensive line gets collapsed inside. Good effort of hustling and finally get him out of bounds there by Tremaine Johnson. But someone's got to step up in the line of scrimmage, do a better job of reading what's going on in the backfield. They're getting tricked just about every play.
Straight ahead for Randall. And now they are just ripping off runs of 5, 6, and 7 yards a crack. There's Valenzuela. And you know how much it must be hurting that young man to not be on the field. Ejected in last week's win over Suarita. And as the rules state, an ejection means suspension the following game. Jarman on the pass. Over his intended target, Craig Webster.
Got a little greedy on that one. Should have went ahead and taken his man in the flat. Had him wide open in the flat. Decided to try to get a little bit bigger chunk. But the one thing he's done is make good decisions since he's been in the game. And that's a situation, like see him dump it to the flat player, let him turn upfield and get some yards. If you've ever had a groin injury, a pulled groin is one of the worst injuries you could have, especially for a quarterback. The way your body has to turn and move, a tremendous amount of pain.
3rd and 5. Under 2 to play here in this third quarter. Misdirection. Randall has it. Big hole up the middle. He's got the first down and more. Taking it down to the 20.
Right now, they're just being run all over. Just a counter play, comes back underneath, and then look at that lane right there. Great job of blocking up front. Tell you what, you've got to get some help from those linebackers. Those linebackers are nowhere to be found for the Coolidge Bears right now.
Considering the question that many have to be asking is, can one player who's clearly not at 100% make that much of a difference? And the answer to this point would be yes.
Well, when he can make the kind of decisions that he's made, make positive plays.
Randall gets it this time. He's met at the line of scrimmage by that Coolidge defense that played that one the way they had most of the first half. Leading that surge there was Jaime Casillas. Casillas been one of their most active defenders on the season. 6 sacks, 2 interceptions. He's scored a defensive touchdown as well. And right now, that's the big difference in the ballgame is turnovers. 3 for Coolidge and 1 for Blue Ridge. Randall trying to go far side. Doesn't find a whole lot there, but still manages to pick up about 4.
You got the defensive ends on that side of the field. Instead of engaging the tackle head on, you got to engage him outside in. Force that runner back in. Do not allow him to get outside leverage. Maintain your leverage up the field through the outside shoulder of the blocker. Therefore, you push the runner back inside to your help. Right now, they're getting outflanked because they're taking themselves out of the play initially.
Yellow Jackets would love to get a score to take it into the fourth quarter, perhaps tied or at least within 1. Misdirection, tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Looked like he tripped up over his own offensive lineman, Williams, who was attempting to pull across there and lost his own footing. So 4th down and decision time here for Paul Morrow.
He's going to try the counter. You see the big guy pulling. He gets tripped up. Great block out in front. But the nose guard, Julius Blair, was so deep in the backfield. Caught his man up, trying to come around. Randall.
They will use the timeout between quarters to discuss it. 4th and 5. Will they attempt the field goal? Will they try to look for 6? We have ended 3. The 3A championship, 24-16. Coolidge leading. You're watching AIA High School football on Cox 9, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona. Well, you expect championships to be great games, and that's exactly what we have gotten here tonight. This Class 3A title matchup between unbeatens, number 1 versus number 2 on 4th and 5. They are setting up to go for it, and they will. Jarman passing out. It's going to be picked off by Angel Felix. Felix snares it, and on the return, brings it out to close to the 15-yard line.
And I know you want to make the interception. It's all great, but you lost 6 yards on the play. Knock it down. Knock it down. Yards are hard to come by right now. Knock this ball down. It's just a bootleg. Comes out. You can see Felix dropping the coverage. He drops out in the coverage, but knock it down. You lost 6 yards on the play.
He's just trying to even up that turnover category.
I guess he is.
3-2, still the advantage going to Blue Ridge, but Coolidge has not been able to get that high-octane offense untracked in this second half. And Cedric, you made a great point. They were kind of playing footloose and wide open after that opening possession when they were playing very much like they are now, very close to the vest, running stuff right up the middle. And we haven't seen the ball thrown to Palacios since midway through that second quarter.
They're still winning the game. Go win the game, though. Don't play not to lose. Go win the ball game.
Tight formation again. Jordan's going to get it. Slips out of a couple of defenders. Just not a whole lot of running room there. Check that the ball carrier.
See, they're putting
White.
They're putting Felix in a bad position by making him throw on 3rd and long instead of doing it on 1st down. Third and long is no quarterback's friend. Felix is a great player, but
yeah, even when you have weapons like Palacios, because Blue Ridge knows that's what you're going to have to do. Pressure coming, trying to get away from it, but this time cannot do it. Chris James hauls him down.
Tried to set up the pump and go route, the hitch and go outside. Wheeler was wide open, but the pressure, James brings too much pressure. You're going to see the pump. Not a good job blocking. Gets out of the pocket. And I tell you, he had a little bit of time. He had a little bit of time. This isn't where they're going with the ball. They're going on the other side of the field. Other receivers wide open. There's 2 players. Wheeler wide open, ran a hitch and go route. Didn't have enough time to get the ball off.
Pressure coming, a wobbly kick taken by Parkinson at the 40. Tries to drop back and wait for that wall to set it for him. And a wise decision. Down the 30, down there to 25. Well, he fielded it at the 40, ran all the way back to the 50 just to get behind that wall, and it paid off for him.
Well, they set up a picket fence, and Tremaine Johnson is the last guy that can force him back to his help. Makes a terrible decision to stop running. He's out here. He stops running so he doesn't get hit there and allows him to get to the wall. And look at that setup. Could have gotten the clip right there, but a good setup by the return team. Huge yards.
And the other thing, Cedric, is after that turnover, Coolidge took no time off the clock. So not only do you get the football back,
well, I just like to see
at least chew some time off that clock.
I like to see him be more aggressive on 1st down. Don't put your quarterback in a 3rd and long situation.
Like some early movement that they may have gotten away with. Randall around the near side, crossing the 15. He's down to about the 11. And the running game is alive and well for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets.
They're wearing them down right now, and you can see a lot of arm tackling. Randall's able to get the edge. Got to hustle to the ball, finish the play, everybody. And you're not seeing that right now. The guys from Coolidge, you're not seeing every man hustle to the ball. They were doing that in the 1st half. Thus, they were dominating the game. And at this point, they're a little bit on their heels. They're not really going after it.
They'll mark it at the 13. We're going to get a timeout called. And looks like the Coolidge Bears are going to call the timeout and talk things over defensively. You see Carlo Hernandez come down.
tough to politic, but he's trying to get his words in there. But you know what? His guys have to bring forth the effort right now, and that's not what's happening. You've got 2 or 3 players getting after it hard, and most of those guys are down in the trenches. You got to have your linebackers and your safety. Somebody other than Felix needs to step up right here and make a big play for them.
Well, the Yellow Jackets have won 9 state championships. They're not guaranteed, and getting back here pretty special for Paul Morrow and the crew.
Well, we are very happy to return to the state championship game. It's been 3 years. We took 2 years off, and we're now 12-0. This team has done a great job to be 12-0, and you know, we're happy to, you know, get to the final game. That's what it's all about, is to always do your best.
You know, since the opening kick in this second half, they have been doing their best and then some. On the misdirection bench, just running through defenders. And Cedric, you said it just a moment ago, that sure-handed defense. They were making form tackles, they were making big hits, and now
a lot of guys,
the running backs from Blue Ridge running through those tackles.
A lot of guys not getting to the football, staying blocked. You're going to watch this. There's 2 guys in the picture, 3 players from out of 11 in the picture, and that's not good defense on any level. You got to get every man to the football. How bad do you want this state championship?
Handed off to Randall. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. They have stormed back within 2.
They're going for the tie here. They're going for 2.
And why wouldn't they, based on the way they played this entire half?
Well, they have everything going for them. I think they could dial any play up. Felix gets caught outside. Nice cut by Randall, having great vision. He's able to get in the end zone.
Spread the formation out. About the only time you're going to see this from the Yellow Jackets. Jarman throws it back across the bench, and Bench is not going to get there. And
if anything, why not go to the other side? You had 2 versus 3. On the other side of the field, you had 2 blockers and a receiver. You could have ran a screen that side. If that's what you're trying to do, go to the side. You've got blocking over there. Not a lot of blocking on this side. 1 man to block. You're balanced up. And a good job of hitting, waiting for help. I tell you. And I just think it's a good play call, but they ran it to the wrong side. And a good job of staying balanced, making a good tackle there by McKinney, waiting for his help to come. But on the other side of the field, they had 3 versus 2 offensively. That's your numbers. That's what you want.
Well, I guess the question I ask is, you've run roughshod over this defense with your basic offensive formation, 5-7 yards a crack, and certainly don't want to question a man who's won 9 state championships, but line up, they haven't stopped you since the second quarter.
Right. Well, you know, I think it's a good call, but the side you run the call to, you've got to inform your quarterback. Run it where they're not. Give it to us where we have an advantage. And if we've got 2 to block 2 with a receiver on the other side, go that way with it if that's what you're going to do.
You know, one thing that has become crystal clear in this not quite quarter plus of this second half is that the Yellow Jackets have captured all the momentum. But the Coolidge Bears, so you look at the scoreboard, still with the lead at 24-22. Taken from the 10. Hole open up a little bit. And he got back across the 30 out near the 33-yard line. T.J. White on the return, or Wheeler rather.
Yeah, they've got some talented underclassmen. Wheeler just a sophomore. White's a sophomore. They've got some talented players, but they're going to have some big shoes to fill and making up for Felix and Palacio.
Brandon Jordan as well.
I'm baffled right now, K-Ray, at the lack of trust that is being shown in a senior quarterback right now. You've got to throw the ball on first down. You cannot continue to pound it down the middle of the field every first down. Throw the ball first down, get yourself in a second and short. Then you have a chance to do whatever you want in the playbook.
Second down, looked like his receiver slipped. Trying to take it outside to Wheeler.
And it's just coming unraveled right now. A lot of frustration. They're just flustered. It's a three-step drop. He holds the ball a little bit longer, so Wheeler comes back to him and slips in doing so. But you see how close Nathan Harris is to the play.
Third and 9. They'll set up with a trips formation here to the near side. Jordan alone back. Felix is going to take it himself, and he gets punished as he gets it out to the 40-yard line, and will be a good 3.5 yards shy of the first down marker.
Punt team comes up. Tell you what, I just think they're putting too much pressure on them in late downs in the drives. To run a play right up the middle, the last 4 drives, they've run the ball right up the gut on every first down play.
Got some pressure on him. Short kick. It will roll out of bounds. And this will be the worst field position that Blue Ridge has had almost its entire first half.
Well,
second half, rather.
That defense has got to be sucking wind right now for Coolidge. They've been on the field the entire second half, giving up a lot of points.
And since that man right there, number 9, came back into the ball game, played 1 series in the first half, then went out. The freshman came back in after getting a start. But Jarman has taken the field and has been there since the beginning of the third quarter. Bench trying to slice his way through that Coolidge defense. And if that defense is going to get a stop, they better get it now. And not just because of points, but they might at least get some field position if they're able to turn them back and force a punt.
See the numbers, just 3 of 5, but the 63 yards is huge. And the turnover, you know, who cares? It ended up being like a punt. They pinned them back deep in the territory.
On the play action, Jarman drops it short. He's got his man Parkinson there at the 40. Jarman very slow to get up as he took a shot after delivering that pass. But just dropped it right between the 2 defenders.
And gets away with it. You see the defender just a half a second late, DeMar White. And I'll tell you what, he gets caught looking back, but you see Jarman taking the shot down by lower body, and it doesn't matter, he didn't get hit hard. Anywhere you get jammed around the legs, I mean, that groin area is difficult. He's playing with a lot of pain, playing with a lot of courage right now.
That is a huge first down, though. And a timeout's going to be called here by Paul Morrow, and Morrow may be taking this, if nothing else, just to give his senior quarterback a few extra minutes to collect himself.
Well, he's definitely been the catalyst the second half. He's come in and been very solid.
Well, the championships just keep rolling along. Next week, the crown jewel. Next Saturday, the AIA 4A 5A State Football Championships presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona. We'll come to you live from ASU. The 4A game kicking off at noon with Cactus taking on Moon Valley. Then at 4:30, the 5A Big Boys square off featuring Mountain Ridge as they put together an amazing late season run, facing off against the defending 5A champs, the Hamilton Huskies. It'll be a day of high school football to remember. Join us next Saturday starting at noon right here on Cox 9, your home for high school sports. 5:50 to play. 3A championship on the line. 24-22. Coolidge with the lead. But it has been the Yellow Jackets that have dominated this second half. Randell off the right side. And probably one of the shortest runs he's had this entire second half as they stop him after a pickup of about 3.
Hey, this is what it is all about right here. Team trying to, these guys can march the ball down the field, use up the clock, and put a touchdown on the board. They can, great chance to be state champs.
Off that misdirection again. Going to be just shy of the first down marker.
Go, great job! Keep it up, buddy.
3rd and 2, under 5 to play now.
Randell goes over the 100.
Most of that's come this second half. First down.
And you look at the bodies in the white shirts getting up off the ground slowly and walking back to the huddle, dejected looking. Look at the faces, and not a lot of enthusiasm going on that side of the ball. Those guys are tired, dead tired. And Blue Ridge right now is in much better shape. These guys are finishing plays. Great surge by that offensive line.
Clock continues to run. Straight ahead, the ball carrier, and looked like he may have just tripped up over his own man. Randell straight ahead.
I think he tripped on Anthony Williams again. Got those long legs caught in the running lane, trying to pull.
Collected about 2.5, maybe 3 on the carry, so we'll call it 2nd and 7. And right now, Blue Ridge in no hurry. This being very methodical and deliberate. Off the misdirection again. This time, Parkinson, though, gets hammered behind the line of scrimmage and dropped for a couple of yard loss.
That is a big play by that defense. You're gonna see, looks like they're outmanned, but you see the guy play upfield. Great play. Palacio plays up the field and doesn't lose containment over there on that side of the ball. That's a big play right there. And the first time we've seen any kind of emotion from that club, probably 10 minutes or so. Those guys are fired up right now. That was a huge play.
Cedric, somebody in that huddle needs to remind everybody else. We look at that scoreboard.
That they're winning and they could shut it down right now.
Well, 3rd and 9. And no better time than right here. Jarman on the play action. Swing back screen. Look out. Wide open. Down to the 30. At the 25-20. And pushed out of bounds. Very same play we saw them earlier in the 3rd quarter. They get 26 on this one. It comes on 3rd and 9.
And that's just not being prepared. You know they're not going to allow a quarterback that's beat up to roll out and try to make a play. Something's got to be fishy to you if you get by the blocker too fast. You got to retreat, go back and find the runner. Look at Randell, over 100 yards rushing, 26-yard gain there. Look at Big Williams out in front leading. Great kick out.
Now you saw Palacios just run right by Randell.
3rd and long, and they allow him to get it on a screen pass. That's got to be what you're ready for is a screen.
Randell again off that right side. Tries to spin back into the inside. Takes it down to about the 11-yard line. Pick up a 4.
I tell you that, we talk about being prepared on each and every play. That play got him out of the hole earlier in the game, got him out of the hole here on a long 3rd and 9. Got to be prepared for that play. That's a disappointing call right there.
Randall again. Randall just hammering straight ahead across the 10 down near the 6.
And they can get a first down inside the 5. So they're in no hurry here. But what a way to finish a game. We're down to 1:20. Blue Ridge in no hurry. They're taking their time. Plenty of timeouts left. In that running game, something's got to give here.
Drive started back at their own 32. Jarman straight ahead. He's got the first down. And they don't have to have a touchdown to win it.
Nope. They're already in field goal range.
Well, here's a question, Cedric. If you're Carlo Hernandez, do you call a timeout and get your team together? Because right now their tongues are dragging on the field out there.
Well, I let them play. You're going to need those timeouts.
You may not get the football back. Randall smothered in the backfield.
Better use a timeout, Blue Ridge. It's down to 30 seconds left. And that went to the well too many times on that old counter play. And a good job of forcing up front.
Well, Angel Felix did a beautiful job of fighting off that lead block.
You see Felix. The trap man can't get back. Felix outside, Jordan outside, and Blair playing off the defensive tackle. That's a great play by the nose there. Down to their last timeout. 30 seconds left.
They adjust the clock. They put 4 seconds on. And of course, now you got to factor in play selection because they can't call a timeout to get the field goal kicker in. They bring it back with that screen, and he's going to be stopped. This time they do read it. Well read that time by James McKinney. They burned it on them twice.
No, see, you got to understand the situation.
Stops the clock with 23 seconds left.
Well, now they have to take a shot to the end zone with the pass. You can't afford to run it. You're not going to have enough time. They try to go to the screen play. Nice job by McKinney. James McKinney being prepared. It's a great play. If you throw a ball here with no timeouts, if you run the ball, you're not going to have a chance. And they're going to go ahead and kick a field goal. I don't know if I wouldn't take a shot at the end zone. Take one play, it's 4th down. Give somebody a chance to make a play with 23 seconds left. So this, in essence.
Well, remember, they could be lining up for the field goal and still take that shot at the end zone. Parkinson's the holder.
It's only 3rd down, so they do have another down.
Talbot hit one earlier from about 22.
Remember how close they were to blocking the other one. The last kick.
Coolidge Bears are going to call a timeout and try to ice the young man, if indeed they are lining up to kick the field goal.
Well, would you? I mean, you have an extra down. I'll give somebody a shot to make a play in the end zone. Off a pass, but I do throw the ball deep in one of the corners of the end zone.
Well, he's hit one from 37. Of course, the only, you play devil's advocate. You look at it both sides of the fence here. If that play gets blown up and you lose more yardage as a result.
Well, that's where being specific on instruction has to come in. You've taken a timeout. You have time to talk to your guys. You tell them exactly what you want. If it's not there, throw it in the deck. Throw it through the goalpost. If it's not there, throw it out of the end zone. Leave enough time for us to get a field goal.
This one, based on the spot, a 29-yard attempt.
Ball is tipped. It's good.
It's good.
And that ball was tipped. He kicked it right through. Very close to being blocked.
Just cleared to play this week.
You're going to see the pressure coming inside. A good hold, good snap. And right there, he takes a bad angle, but still tips it. It was blocked up into the kicker, and a great job of concentrating. Ball gets in there. Great kick. Got to be excited for that young man. Just cleared. Bryce Talbot coming off an ankle injury for a kicker. He's had a solid game tonight.
We see what appears to be Talbot's mother being smothered by hugs from the Blue Ridge fans who are just down in front of us. 18 seconds remain.
And it's only fitting. I mean, they were the dominant team the entire second half. As good as Coolidge played the first half, second half, they did not come out to play.
Squib kick, takes a bounce, taken from the 30. Wise decision to just take it out of bounds. Tremaine Johnson.
I'd like to see him do it a little bit faster. He's real casual about it.
Flag coming in. I'm not sure whether that's going to be a...
Could have been a late hit.
And we saw it here in the near sideline. And that could be pretty significant. 15 yards tacked on there, but they're not moving the football right now. Felix with some pressure, winding up, throwing deep. It's caught and then dropped.
He had it, dropped it.
Incomplete.
Oh my gosh.
Stops the clock with 3 seconds.
Wheeler almost had it. Tremendous throw with pressure. Just gives it everything he's got. And you're going to see Wheeler go up for the ball. He has the ball in his hands, and I tell you, they're in field goal range at that point, and it gets stripped out of there. Great job of finishing the play by the Blue Ridge players, stripping that ball out of there. And this is the last play.
What a game. Tulovich on the reception, but that's the way it ends at the 37-yard line. The Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets come from behind, trailing 24-6 at the half. They claim their 10th state championship in school history, 25-24 the final.
they earned that victory. I mean, they gave up 24 unanswered, didn't question themselves, continued to play hard, came out and dominated the second half.
We'll be back with some closing comments and the trophy presentation after this. Well, you see the emotions pouring out. And what a game tonight in this Class 3A state championship. Both teams coming in unbeaten, number 1 versus number 2, but it is the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets who stormed back after trailing 24-6 at halftime, and they claim a 1-point victory over the Coolidge Bears, 25-24. Time now for the Cox Communications play of the game. Cox Communications, your friend in the digital age. 3rd and 9, and this was the backbreaker.
Put them in great position. You see the slip screen, roll right, throw back left. Johnny on the spot. Mr. Randell had a tremendous game. Here he picks up 26 on the screen. Well-designed play. Able to kick a field goal by Talbot late in the game to win it. And, you know, it's disappointing to see the offense shut down for Coolidge the way it was. And I 3 and outs on every single possession in the second half, and they weren't able to get anything going. But you've got to give Blue Ridge all the credit in the world for coming out, playing aggressive,
and
putting it all on the line.
Now you said it, you know, you just got the sense, even after, you know, the first couple of plays of that third quarter, one team was playing to win, another team was playing not to lose. And boy, to almost take the football out of the hands of Angel Felix after what he did in that first half. I mean, we were sitting here thinking we might see a 400-yard passing night from Felix alone.
It's disappointing. I mean, the guy came in with, you know, he ended up into the night with 200 yards passing, and most of that in the first half. Just did a terrific job.
Coach, on behalf of the AIA, our presenting sponsor, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona, I want to congratulate you on a great season, guys, and a great competitive effort tonight, and a fantastic championship game. Congratulations.
Dr. Harold Slimmer on the presentation to the runner-ups, Coolidge Bears. And so disappointing. Lost to Blue Ridge back in 2001. Nobody goes into a championship game to take home the runner-up trophy.
Well, very sad faces, and I know the feeling very well. It's not fun.
And for that young man, you're just heartbroken because
he's going to play again. He is a tremendous talent. And I tell you what, you've got, woo, the first half he had was so special.
And there are your 2004 Class 3A state champions, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, number 10 in school history.
He is the John Wooden of 3A high school football.
Now, we said at the outset of the telecast, they seem to have a patent on how to win those things, and boy, they showed it tonight.
Well, you look at the community that came out for this game.
Well, for both. I mean, it was.
You know that support is huge, huge in keeping that team alive. You know, you raise young boys in the town. All they know is Blue Ridge football. They want to be the next champion and do the city proud.
Well, if you thought tonight was great, schedule an appointment for next Saturday because we've got the big boys coming your way. The 4A, 5A champions will be crowned next week, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona. We'll be coming to you live from ASU for a game kicking off at noon. As Cactus back in it, can Larry Fetkenhire claim that coveted trophy finally? They'll be taking on the high-flying Moon Valley Rockets. Then at 4:30, the 5A Big Boys square off featuring Mountain Ridge. in the state championship for the first time under Steve Bellis, and they will encounter the defending 5A champs, the Hamilton Huskies. It's a day of high school football to be remembered. We'll have it all for you right here on Cox 9, your home for high school sports. This broadcast is the sole property of the AIA and Cox Communications and may not be recopied, rebroadcast, or retransmitted in any way without the express written consent of the AIA or Cox Communications. Many, many thanks to our entire Cox 9 crew for another fabulous job of delivering the sights and sounds to you high school sports fans. Our statistician today, Dylan Collier. Our stage manager, Sheila Simpson. Director, Pete Gordon. Producer, Rich Reed. For Cedric Bonner, I'm Kevin Ray. What a night. What a day. Championship Saturday. 25-24 your final in this Class 3A championship as the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets nailed down state title number 10. I'm Kevin Ray saying good night from McClintock High School.